Welcome back to Rare Pokemon Cards.
So they're kind of like prismatic 2-star cards, but whatever, man.
Yeah.
You have 2 shiny Celebi EXs? I don't think so.
No, I have a shiny pincer. Hang on a sec, I'll grab it.
I have a shiny Jirachi thing.
I think I have an Alolan Muck EX around here somewhere, but I have no clue where it is.
I have a shiny pincer. It's got 3 black spades. And that's the rarest one I've got, which is not that rare, but it's kind of rare apparently.
So I had this thing. I have these 3 cards of this like 5-set thing. It was like this Pikachu Day promotional thing that they had at an event.
Oh, the Van Gogh Pikachu. Yeah, I know you mean.
No, they were like different languages, right? So it's like flying Pikachu and surfing Pikachu and stuff, but they're all in like French and German and stuff like that. And I have 3 of those cards, and there's like 5 or 6 total. And it took me a really long time to find it because it has this like special little Pikachu tail stamp on it, and I was like, holy shit, like this seems like it took me forever to find out like what it even was online. So I was like, holy shit, like do I actually have the rarest thing ever? And turns out not really. Turns out even Pokemon cards like at a rare ass event that I've never even heard of, that I never went to, with a special stamp on them in special languages and stuff, they're not that much. Now, if I had them sealed, the whole pack, and never touched before, then there might be something, but like not really. So it confuses me that like Pokemon cards these days, they're like,
I mean, card markets are like are always like so weird to me.
It's just funny that like everyone's like, you should check, because this is why we were looking at them. Beanie said like, you should check your Pokemon cards and see if they're worth anything. I'm like, oh, okay. And like they kind of are, but not really.
Well, what was weird was in our last session, I've had friends when we were in primary school who were like really into Pokemon cards, and I couldn't remember if you were the one that had a lot of Pokemon cards or not, because I know I sat down with one of my friends and had a huge stack of Pokemon cards and tried to teach me how to play. I had no idea what I was doing, and I still don't know what I'm doing. I have like 7 Pokemon cards. I think it was one of my workmates was like, oh, you should check, because like some of them will be like really rare or be worth a lot of money. Then I was like, well, I think Liam had a lot. So then I asked Liam, and it turns out we'd already talked about it in the last session. Like the next episode of Wind Waker was like you just talking about like, oh yeah, maybe I'll look at my Pokemon cards and see if I've got any rare ones. And I was like, that's sort of funny.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it depends what you mean by like a lot of cards. Like it's like
you have like one stack, like a sizable stack.
Yeah, I got a stack. I got a 1 stack, and I think there's some like decently rare stuff in there. I don't know. Problem is like, can I be bothered to like sell it online and then find?
I feel like you'd make more money.
And all that.
More money selling an actual like Pokemon game cartridge than you would out of like a Pokemon card.
Oh, I mean, the cartridge especially. I mean, it was just
at least $100.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I was looking. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get Black or White and play them. And it's like, oh, it's like $125 or $200 if you want Pokemon Black or White.
Yeah.
Because we've been getting into Pokemon recently, and I think Frank said he's been playing. Is it Ultra Sun?
Ultra Moon.
Ultra Moon. Yeah, and so I pretty much played up into the post game in Heart Gold. Pretty much gave up on it because I'm like, well, I'm up to the bit where I'm just going to run around and hope. So I've lost interest in the game at this point now.
Well, how are you enjoying Ultra Moon, Franklin?
I mean, so far it's been like, okay. I've only just beaten the first Kahuna gym guy.
Kahuna.
I've done the first big step of the story, whatever the fuck they call it these days.
It's not a gym?
They're technically, they're technically not gyms. In reality, they basically are gyms, though. But
okay, so it is a guy standing still that you have to battle to get a badge.
Are they badges? Don't they give you something? I don't know.
So
what
you have to battle them to progress.
Yes.
Yeah. So
but basically, you from my understanding from doing the first one, you go to an area, and that has an island trial that you do.
Speaking of island trials, should I go do the Pit of 100 Trials?
Yeah, I mean, like, why not, dude? And so you do that trial, and you fight, like, a special variant of a Pokemon. Like, the first one is you fight this, like, beefed-up Raticate that summons Rattatas, which, by the way, was fucking bullshit. It did so much fucking damage.
Totem Pokemon, yeah. It's supposed to be tough.
I was very surprised at how bullshit the first Totem Pokemon was, because I was over leveled for it, and this Raticate was still almost one-shotting all of my guys. And I'm like, why is your attack stat so fucking high?
He bites you with his big teeth.
And then you fight the person who organizes the trial, and they're like an important person. And then you fight the island
Kahuna. kahunas.
No.
Big
Wait, are they the
kahunas?
kahunas?
I thought so. I will say I've only played Sun once, like 10 years ago when it came out. Which actually,
Maybe I'm thinking of
10
the
years
wrong
ago.
words. Maybe they are the kahunas, and then you fight the big person of the island. I thought they were the kahunas.
Maybe they are.
Because you fight the like
trial
the
captain.
Yes, captains. You fight the captains, and then you fight the kahunas. And so theoretically, if you think about it, it's rudimentarily just like going into a gym and doing a challenge, fighting like a trainer, and then you fight the gym leader. It's kind of the same thing. But so far I've done that first step, and then I just haven't gone back to it since, unfortunately. But it's on the play record.
Who's
To
your
answer
little
your
starter guy?
other question, my little Brimblow is currently a Tora cat named Hoagie.
I also chose Toracat, or I should say Litten.
I would have chose
I was-
Rowlet if I hadn't chose Rowlet for Arceus.
Oh my god! I didn't pick Rowlet because everyone was like crazy over like Rowlet's the coolest Pokemon ever, the cutest Pokemon ever at the time. And I was like, I want to pick something different. So I picked Litten. But to be honest, I probably actually would have picked Popplio in hindsight. I just think Primarine is cooler. Because now, like, Incinerate just feels like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten those guys. Incinerate is now, like, overly popular. So I'm like, eh. Who else you got on your little team?
Hold on, let me actually pull up the names because some of them have some fucking absurd names that I can't just say off of memory here. You keep fighting those fat ass imps or whatever.
I'm gonna be here for a while. This is the pit of 100 trials. Like you just like hand wavedly just like, yeah, just go do that. Like not in the realizing you just sent me on a 10-hour long adventure.
Yeah.
Look, you asked, okay? Usually people go, who asked? You asked, motherfucker. You asked.
Yeah.
I do ask. I am the asker.
I did a funny thing the other week. So I went on my traditional June long weekend holiday, came back, and I heard some live music in my street, and so I poured myself a cup of tea and went wandering in the street and found the place and walked into someone's backyard and watched the people playing the music.
Okay.
And
Were you
out of place.
allowed to be there?
It was someone's birthday, and also it's like an engagement or something as well. And then I was like, I'm gonna quietly walk out.
I love that. That's the way your brain works. Like, there's some kind of event going down on the street. I must be invited to this. I'm going to go and invite myself. I'll make an appearance as they'll be expecting me, no doubt.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if no one told you to leave, you could have
No
just
one
stayed.
told me to leave.
You should have just stayed there until someone noticed.
No,
it's the true
no.
game.
I was like, I probably shouldn't be here. I don't know anyone.
You gotta embrace the chaos, dude. And then if you got real balls, this is the real game. You stay until they call the police.
Okay. Part of me was like, I was just following the music. I'm just taking,
You
going with it.
freaking being led down the street by the Pied Damn Piper. You would not survive the upcoming Pied Piper scenario.
The pied uprising.
Yep.
The up pieing.
The pipes rising.
So yeah, that was just one of those things that you do in life and be like, what the heck am I doing here? Like, this one time after I'd graduated uni, I was catching up with a mate at the bar. He had some other friends, and so my friend went home, and I was like, nah, I want to make a night of this. And so I was talking to this other guy, and then he's like, oh, I got a friend who's got this. There's like a party going on. I was like, oh yeah, let's go to the party. And he couldn't find it, and we walked into a Muslim prayer room or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just like one of those things that happens in life. You just walk into a room and there's people praying, and you're like, whoops, I should not be here.
Your wacky adventures take you all over the dang joint. Eh?
He does go everywhere.
I didn't realize it, but the song "I've Been Everywhere, Man" was actually based off of Mabini's.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Just stumbling around the place.
I've been there everywhere.
He's a
That's
modern
it.
day Forrest Gump. He just kind of walks across
Yeah.
the whole country.
Me with my Volkswagen Combi van. I think I was a Telstra ad. I can't remember where they play that song.
Try to block out any ads that play songs that I would otherwise enjoy. Like the fucking Good Guys. The Good Guys have been like riffing on the Good Vibrations their whole damn existence, and it pisses me off because I like Good Vibrations a lot, but I do not like the Good Guys theme song, even though they're the exact same song with changed lyrics.
The Jeep ads that had freaking...
You can go your own way.
No, that
Is
one's like
one?
a Mazda BT50 ad or something.
Why the fuck would
The
I
Jeep
do that?
ad is the one that's like, oh, oh,
All I heard was you go, "Ah!" and it just cut out.
That was me falling off a cliff right then.
Yeah, you know, you just gotta fall in the pit.
What was that episode that we recorded where it started off where we just went? You're just imitating what the like.
What it would be like.
Your sound of falling off.
You cut out when you start to speak.
Dude, I don't know. I don't even speak English half the time. It's the one downside, I suppose, to recording remotely.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, you have the cool Pokemon team of Torracat the Hoagie, Alolan Grimer Dagwood. You have the Zora Ruben, and I might be pronouncing this wrong. Fish Bruichian, which is the Ghastly. Zapikanka the Magnemite.
I like it. It's a cool team.
And I haven't landed on my 6th yet, but it's probably gonna be a Mimikyu when I eventually.
Yeah, dude. I use
get to
Mimikyu.
it.
Mimikyu in Gen 7 is actually good because they nerfed them in Gen 8 and it made me sad forever.
Is it a ghost type?
Yeah.
Ghost Fairy.
Ghost fairy, nice.
Because it has its ability, Disguise, which makes it so if you get hit by a physical attack, it just completely blocks the move, like for the first turn of a battle. But they nerfed it in Gen 8 and made it so you still take a little bit of damage, and it sucks because they also created a new Pokemon called Ice-Q, who basically has what Mimikyu's ability was, and Ice-Q is far inferior in my opinion. I think it's really lame.
It's a moth. Mothra.
It is.
What's Mothra from?
Godzilla.
I just know things without knowing what anything's from.
Well, Mothra is like kind of iconic and all that stuff.
Next time on iconic episodes of Wind Waker.
Oh, there's so much money I can't pick up. I've really done this poorly. Yeah, alright, next time. Bye.